You probably saw this case of the burnings of ballots in Portland. So that these ballot boxes set up, and they're all around the city. And wouldn't it be neat if they were in secure locations so that people couldn't go put incendiary devices inside of them and burn ballots? Well, no, because we can't do that because that limits access. And we can't check ID, et cetera, ad nauseum. So that got a lot of attention that, wow, people will burn ballots. And now the people who burned the ballots know there are fire suppression devices inside those lockboxes. So next time around, they can use water balloons with acid in them and go at it that way, or pour paint in there. It's a whole bunch of things they can do to destroy people's votes, or maybe to destroy trust in the voting system. Maybe this was conservatives or people who can't stand mail-in voting and saying, we'll show them how bad it is. And we'll leave behind a free Gaza message as sort of a decoy. So maybe it's that. We don't know. The Portland police are looking into it. But what I do know is that case pales in comparison to what was allowed to occur in King County, Washington, which is the home for, in a YouTube-safe way, questionable voting activities and questionable outcomes, and outcomes that seem to be pure 100% unmitigated fraud, seem to be. But now I'm walking a dangerous line, which is why we have our Substack channel, the ToddHermanShow.substack.com, where we can speak of these things in a more speculative sense. Let's say it that way. So I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. We'll look at the ballot burnings, then we'll look at this thing that happened in King County, Washington, and you tell me which one is worse. You can do comparisons all day long, and you can have trouble coming up with something this good in terms of an opportunity to save money. This comes from my friends at Bioptimizers, bioptimizers.com/Todd, code Todd. Now, there is a code word this time. It's code Todd, and the reason that is because it's the Black Friday sale. And they go all in on this stuff, this Bioptimizers. So you go to bioptimizers.com/Todd right now. These are the makers of the world-famous Magnesium Breakthrough, which absolutely helps me sleep through the night. If I wake up, I go back to sleep. It helps with regularity. It helps with, in fact, relaxation. It helps abate anxiety. That's Magnesium Breakthrough. You know I've been talking about Masszymes, world-class digestive enzymes that are shown through a test to improve in your body, to increase the presence of amino acids in your body by 1,200%. And many other fantastic products there that I use on a daily basis. I use P3OM, which is a prebiotic. I use the probiotics, etc. So you go to bioptimizers.com/Todd right now. Use promo code Todd. Unlock up to $100 worth of free gifts. Get an additional 10% off the special 3-product bundle that's currently 15% off. That means a 25% savings right now on the 3-product bundle, which includes Magnesium Breakthrough. So choose your health this Black Friday. Go right now to bioptimizers.com/Todd. Use code Todd to save an extra 10% on the special 3-product bundle and get your free gifts. That's bioptimizers.com/Todd. Please remember to use promo code Todd so you unlock all of those savings. Here's the Portland police, and they're giving an update on the ballot burning. And what I'm asking you to do is consider which is worse, the case I'm going to show you right now or the next one from King County, Washington.
Details that I just got from PPB's lead detective on the case. And I want to start out by saying that this will be coming out via flash news here later this afternoon, so don't feel like you need to jot everything down right now because a lot of it has to do with suspect description, suspect vehicle, things of that nature. But we can describe the suspect that we believe is connected to all 3 cases as a white male between the ages of 30 and 40 years old, balding or very short hair, medium to thin build, dark shirt.
He's actually, I hate to say this, if you're not watching, it'd be kind of annoying, but he's actually describing himself. I'm just right down to the last detail.
Face. And we believe this suspect has a wealth of experience in metal fabrication and welding. The vehicle, as we described, is most likely a Volvo S60 from 2001 to 2004. It has places on it that are more matte in color than a standard shiny finish, tan or light gray interior, an aftermarket grille with the Volvo emblem missing. It has dark wheels, an unpainted body trim.
That's a pretty spot-on description of a car. I mean, these guys are doing a good job. So the guy drives up. He knows how these boxes work. That's why they're talking about the metal fabrication, etc. And he puts these incendiary devices in there.
No front license plate. Investigators believe it is very possible the suspect intends to continue these targeted attacks across the area. Again, that information will be coming out in the very near future this afternoon. We will field some questions about that, but we're also here primarily to discuss next week and the public order events that might come on election night and the following nights. With that, I want to...
In other words, they're expecting violence. Now, that's in Portland, and Portland is 100% owned whenever they want to be by Antifa. Let's not forget, Portland was the home of a political assassination where a Proud Boy member was murdered in the street in a clear, absolutely premeditated, and by the way, brilliantly done hit. Absolutely brilliantly done. That suspect fled across the border to Washington State and was eventually taken out by FBI agents and cops. So it's bad. People putting incendiary devices in voting boxes is bad. Voting boxes themselves are bad. They're stupid. They're ridiculous. They're set up for things like this. Our election system is set up to invite fraud. Is this worse? This comes from Democracy Live's ballot system in the separate country of Washington called Ballot. It is a system that allows you to go in and print your own official ballot. Great Twitter account, Erica PNW. It's at For the Good. It's linked in the show notes. She was able to go into this system and watch what she did. Now, this is, again, they've been given the right by the county, no doubt getting paid for this, to let people create DIY, do-it-yourself ballots, official ballots in their homes. And if that sounds bizarre, remember that a Seattle election official said that they would accept a ballot that you wrote on a napkin. They actually said that. Listen and watch as this person discovers how much fraud this system invites. And this is software-based. This isn't a vandal. This person is making known they're doing this. So she's in the vote system, King County Vote.
So I was messing around on the King County Omniballot website on the portal, and I entered some fake information. I just made up a name and a birthday and entered it into the voter lookup. So, of course, I wasn't surprised at all when it came back that they couldn't find that voter's information. But when it did, it gave me an option to either search again, or I could look up the ballot by the address. So I gave that a shot. And I used an address that has been suspicious. It's like some kind of homeless services or food bank or something of that sort in Seattle. And once I did that, it asked me to enter my name and information again and my address and information again. So I just re-entered the same information of the fake voter and I pushed continue. And it pulls up this question asking if I'm an overseas voter or a service voter, and I just clicked no and I clicked continue.
She's voting.
At that point, it brings up this thing that says official ballot, where it lets me pick my selections on the ballot. I only picked a few just to see what would happen. And I scrolled to the bottom and I pushed continue. And then it was letting me review my selections that I had entered in. And I again scrolled to the bottom and clicked continue.
It's building the ballot packet.
After a moment, it pops up with a box that allows me to download my ballot packet. So I download the ballot packet, and This is what it provides me.
It's the exact replica of what you'd get through the mail. Now, it's going to be on different paper, one would assume, but it's the exact replica. I recognize it because I lived there for years. I voted this ballot many, many times.
official ballot with the ballot packet instructions, the signature form, what looks like the front of an envelope to King County Elections with their address on it, and this official looking ballot that says official ballot on it. I just made an official ballot for a made up voter using some random name and birthday.
So in Portland, a vandal, maybe someone from the right, I would suggest probably someone from Antifa who wants people to distrust the election system, is able to go to a locked ballot box and put in an incendiary device. You would expect vandals to go do something like this, particularly when the system is created to invite fraud. You wouldn't expect, well, let me say that again. If you're operating in a sane sense and haven't lived in the separate country of Seattle and the King County area, you wouldn't expect a software-based company who is apparently doing business with the county to make it that easy to print what is obviously a fraudulent ballot. Oops, let me say that again, YouTube style. That may well be a fraudulent ballot. No, in this case it is. Obviously, because she's not that person. Which one's worse? God reminds us all the time that none are good, none are righteous. We need the Holy Spirit to become more holy, more like Jesus. So you can also look at this to say, look, the world itself invites fraud. It's a fallen world. This is a sin problem, and it's a sin problem that can affect all sorts of outcomes, not just elections, but culture and belief in the country. This should be stopped.